Kia ora from New Zealand. It's me here again. I thought I'd speak on probably mostly like discernment in these crazy times. It's a very necessary navigational tool. Very recently, I got onto a site, an American site. I'm not going to name them, but they're in the community page. There's some videos there if you want to check them out. They have got good information. So I became a member of their newsletter and received an email, like having perused like quite a bit of their stuff and information about the gang stalkers manual, training manual. You're like, yes, they have one. It's like I say that the narcissists have one. Well, this is the manual. Anyway, so this email comes in the newsletter, and it's having this bit of a rave about how there's no handheld energy weapons. Stop freaking out. It's not true. They don't exist. Da, da, da. It's not what you think. And I'm like, that's a bit strange, because one of the things that I'd read, as I say, is this gang stalking manual. And at the very end of it, it had this massively long list of all the electromagnetic frequency weapons that they've made using our creative energy that they steal, I might add. They steal everything of ours, I just want to say, and use it against us, but that's a whole other story. So yeah, there's a huge list, and near the bottom of this list is listed handheld weapons. And from memory, these ones are the ones that can affect your nervous system. I mean, they all affect your nervous system, but these ones can make you feel like you're rocking, or there was all sorts of nasty stuff. But the fact is that there they were on the same information from the same place, and then I don't know, that was a bit confusing, a bit confusing, because I'd done the read. There's the weapons that are listed, and they're saying they don't exist. So, despite the fact that this site has really, really good information, and it helped a lot, and it confirmed a lot of things, and gave me a few good laughs, and, a lot of it's bloody sad as well. All of it's sad, really, They have to go after people saying they're terrorists with terrorism tactics. Terrorise the terrorists. Even though, it's been proven that, firefighters use water for better results than fire. Fight fire with fire, fire it with water. Anyway, so there was that. And there's lots of people walking around. I mean, that can be quite damaging and confusing and misleading and all of those sorts of things. So it sort of makes you wonder, what is this about? What's the site really, really about? Because there's so much misinformation going on, and, it's just this big mishmash of somebody's got this story, they've got that story, this one's got this information, that one's got that information. It's all crisscrossing, it's all over the place. People are infiltrating things. They've all got their own agendas, and it's just a bloody mess, a friggin' mess, And so we really, really, really need to be practicing discernment and what we're taking in. So, what resonates, what you feel to be true, what you find useful, and release the rest. We're empaths. We observe. We don't absorb. So take what you need and release the rest. It's really, really important that we rely, because that's all that's left, on our higher minds, our higher hearts, our connection to source, our feelings, which they're trying to cut us off from. Everything they're trying to cut us off from, really. But yeah, so it's important to be trusting yourself and your feelings. I don't claim to know all the answers or anything. I'm just saying what I see and the conclusions that I draw from it, you know, and my experiences. That's how I'm sort of getting along, you know. So the other thing I wanted to say was, you know, to all the legit watchers out there, I say hi. And to all those that legit comment and like and all those good things, thank you. To all the others who are contributing to this evil, whether it's through ignorance or active participation, God's going to blow out your candle. And I say that because I was reading the Bible, which is like really interesting, and there's really good information in there. And it was, what was it, Proverbs 24, 19 and 20. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious of the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. So yeah, amen to that. So, and further to that, the site had, I think this was in the newsletter, they had a discussion running along there, hang on, I just got to move my hand, about, you know, these people are getting paid all this money, and where's our money, and like, they do, they get paid a lot of money, they get their houses paid for them, they get their cars paid for them, some of them can earn up to 500 grand a year, they get cars, they certainly get bloody truckloads of petrol vouchers, I'll tell you that. But don't envy them. Why would you envy that lifestyle of interference and meanness and that mindset? There's nothing to envy there. You know, they're going to get their candles blown out and we're going to get our rewards. Our candles ain't getting blown out. So don't envy them. So what else did I want to say? Yeah, the bit that we should be thinking about is that we're paying them. They're being paid from our tax money. If we think about it, it's all being siphoned out through, I don't know, probably governments and stuff. It's all getting siphoned out of the tax money, and no money is being spent on like upgrading hospitals or, you know, the health systems or building roads or taking your trash, you know, out and things like that. It's all getting siphoned away so that we can pay for our prison and for our guards. You know? It's a big narcissistic setup. Like, I was reading this book and all I could think is this is very much like the Narcissistic Guidebook. It's like a really sick family dynamic. These people are running around being played the favourites. It's divide and conquer. It's all smoke and mirrors. We should be asking, what's going on? You know, why? What's the beef? What's the beef with all of these particular people that they're willing to spend so much money and so much resources and so much time and energy, smoke and mirrors and deceit and all of it? They spend so much money on it. Why? Why? You've got to ask yourself. And if the average person who probably would get cognitive dissonance if they knew half of this stuff and wouldn't believe it, actually looked at this, you know, surely they'd be saying, where's all that money going? I mean, it's huge. It's worldwide. It's all over the world. It's so much money. It's incredible. So, yes, there was that. There was something else on that side too. Because, you know, the person that was talking about the money and things like that, it seemed to be promoting, like, what's that going to evoke in people that are afraid or desperate or fearful? It's envy. It's going to provoke envy, which is like one of the sins. So, you know, there's a few mixed messages coming through that site. There's good information. It looks all big and pretty and shiny. There's a lot of misinformation. So, yeah, we've got to be practicing that discernment. So there was something else as well can't think. So there was those two things. There was the weapons, the money. Oh gosh. There was another thing about that. Let me see. So yeah, the discernment thing, and what you put your faith in. So there's chapter 25, Proverbs 25:19, around there, 17, 18 and 19, but 19 is confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. So yeah, got to be careful where you're putting all of that. So that was basically what I wanted to talk about, those two things. So there's the misinformation. They want us to be confused. So there's all this crisscrossy stuff going on. There's tons of it. There's so many voices out there. And thank goodness there's so many more people speaking about what's going on with the... Why is this moving like that? Going on with the gang stalking and all those types of things. There's more and more voices every day, and they're clear and they're loud and they're strong, and they're the voices of sanity. They're speaking truth. You know, it started off like this tiny little beep in the middle of this racket, but there's more and more of these voices. So keep on being strong, be discerning, read your Bible, because there's some really good stuff in there. And you know, like, there's people celebrating Christmas today. Like, I've heard some pretty terrible things about the truth of Christmas. So I choose not to, but each to their own, hey. So there's a lot of people out there that don't know anything. They're just following along the tracks that they've always done. They always do this particular thing at Christmas, blah, 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 blah. All those types of things. People that don't even bother with it. People that it's not part of their religion, you know, whatever. But I was reminded today, and I didn't even... I know it's in the Bible somewhere, but I don't know where. But they were talking about Christmas, and some insecure dude king found out, like, that these people... So my point... okay, let's backtrack a wee bit to why. What's the beef? Well, this might be part of it. Like, they know our purpose. They know why we're here. We don't know half of it yet. Some people do, some people don't, but we're on that journey. We're all on our own little journeys and paths. And for example, the story at that Christmas time, the birth of the Christ, some insecure dude king, as I say, this narcissistic king, found out that he was going to be born, felt extremely threatened by it, to the point of so threatened by it that he went out and ordered that all babies of a certain age or under a certain age, just to cover all bases, be killed. So not only is it the birth of Christ, but it's like a mass sacrifice as well. So that's how insecure this dude was about Christ being born. And I personally, I don't believe there's going to be like another Christ coming out of heaven or being born or anything like that. I think that the Christ is born inside of us, our hearts and minds on this earth, bringing heaven to earth. That's what I believe, and that's what their problem is. They're on a completely different path and a completely different agenda, and they don't want it to happen. They know it's going to happen. They know who's doing it. They've known since we were bloody born. They knew when we were going to be born. They knew why we were going to be born. And they've been absolute twats to us since the day dot. Probably before we were born, in the womb. So, yeah. So keep on. Be strong. Call for help. You know, I have died before. I know what it's like to be over there. And it is really, really like Ramdas says, it's like being in the next room. I could be standing beside myself looking in exactly as I see this room now, even though I know it's a dimension, it's made of energy. I was looking at myself, I knew I was dead, and I thought, this is what dead people are like. It's like, to them, it's It's real. They're right next to you. Anyway, the point is, they can't help you. Your angels and guides, nothing. Nothing can happen unless you allow it and you ask for it. So you've got to ask for help. Try it. What have you got to lose if you haven't done it before? Anyway, kia ora. Have a beautiful day, whatever you're doing. Yeah, and as I say, be strong, hang in there, hug your pets, enjoy your walks, breathe fresh, beautiful air, be appreciative, practice gratefulness, all of those amazing things, and take good care of yourselves. You're worth it. You're strong, you're beautiful, you're here for a reason. Stick around. Okay, take care. Kia ora. Bye.